Hey everyone, this is Carter with Copiana, and I'm going to be taking you on your tour today. So this is our indoor farm. These are our indoor towers right here. These are 5 stacks, and we're going to have a couple different types of plants in here. Up here on the top, we're going to have a lavender, one more below, oregano, thyme, and then we also have a mixture of some different types of lettuces down here. The main difference that we're trying to show right here with these towers is these lights. So these lights allow us to grow indoors by providing the plants light. And these are super helpful on finding a place to put a tower on your property. We have some cool pictures of a property. We also have a little trophy that we won right here. We also have some more pictures over here on the wall. We've got our logo right here, and then some different examples of some properties, and then also our team right there.
So this right here is our seating room. So one of the cool parts about Copiana as a company is everything that you see on your tower is seated in here by hand by me, and then it goes out to our greenhouse, which we'll be showing you up next. So if you just want to take a look, these are kind of the shelves with the different stuff that we can grow. It's anything from lettuce and herbs to fruiting plants like tomatoes and squash. We try and keep it interesting and rotating through here. So one of the most important things, in my opinion, that we've gotten here at Copiana is this vacuum seeder right here. So what this does is you hook this side into the vacuum. You can control how much air for the suction on the sides. It'll suck the seeds in the top of this hole, and then we can dump that over into one of our rock wool trays that look like this. 98 holes in the metal, 98 ports in here. It just makes seeding a lot more efficient and a lot more scalable. So the only other big thing that we have in here is gonna be our grow rack. So we don't use this as much anymore. This was kind of the early days, and now we have it as a contingency plan or in case the greenhouse gets too full. But basically what you can do is stack trays along the white part, 4 rows up. We have supplemental lighting right here for them, since there's not much light in here, kind of like what you saw for our indoor towers. And then we have a reservoir down here. Water will pump up and flood out these tables and water our seedlings. And with the light, we should get good, healthy seedlings in here if we have to.
All right, so now we're outside. We're out here with all of our vehicles for Copiana. Right here, we have watermelon. We're gonna have big lettuce right here to your right. Tomatillo is the trailer, and then far down there, that's gonna be little lettuce. So the trailer and big lettuce, we mostly use for hauling around towers, doing installs and destalls, and they work great for that. This right here, watermelon, is gonna be our main service vehicle. Inside of here, we have a lot of storage to keep everything we need to service the towers. And then back here is where we store all of our water to bring to properties. So right there, that big white tank is gonna be about 800 gallons of water. We have another 50 gallon in this tank and 100 gallons in this tank. In the 100-gallon tank, we're gonna have our nutrient mix. So this is gonna be fertilized water, which is gonna go into the basins of the towers. Over here, we have tanks a lot. This is how we get water onto property if it's on 3rd floor, through an elevator, whatever it is. This has 30 gallons of water in it. It also has a pressurized bladder inside, so that whenever we fill up water inside of it, the bladder compresses, and whenever we need to use that water, the bladder will expand and push out the water.
Hey guys, so now we're out in the greenhouse. We're gonna show you guys around in here a little bit. So kind of the layout here is these 2 tables. We call them our propagation benches. So like I was saying, everything from here comes to seed the full plant. So when we bring it from that seed room, it's gonna come right here. So this is our winter setup still. We have 4 different heat mats down, set at 70 degrees to help germination rate of the seedlings. It slows down if the media gets cold. Then we hung 8 180 watt lights up there to help give enough supplemental light. As y'all know, we had a really cloudy winter this year. So that was just to help the seedlings to prevent from stretching. From there, there's usually about 2-week time period that they're gonna be on these 2 benches. Then we'll do what we call step them up. We'll break them into smaller cubes, move them into these orange trays where they're separated out by row. So we have herbs that you're looking at right here, and then you'll see the hardy greens and lettuce on the other tables. This is probably the most important corner of the greenhouse that we have. So these 2 right here, these are our stock tanks for our nutrient mix. We have an A and a B. Those are just divided out by what actual nutrient is in the mixture. It goes up to here. This is called a dosatron. What a dosatron does is it takes your stock solution and it dilutes it to a set point. So for here, we have it diluted at 1 to 200. It'll run through that over to this right here. We call this a gravity tank. It fills up and it's mixed in here constantly. And then it goes through this white line here, down our header line, which runs across the greenhouse, and then down each feed line, which then fills up the basins. Another important thing that we have over here is a software system we use. It's called AutoGrow. Basically what AutoGrow does is it takes a climate reading every second in the greenhouse. Through that, it works towards working targets that we have by operating our 3-stage fan system, our cooling wall that's right here, the vent behind the cooling wall. In the winter, it's kicking heat on and off for us. So we set the targets that we want it to work towards, and it operates all of that for me in conjunction with those working targets. So over here, this is the tower section. This is where we're finishing plants out. We've got something growing in here for most all y'all right now. It's really interesting here. This is a lettuce that's about 2.5 weeks on. It's got some really nice vegetative growth. Probably has a good root structure in there as well. These right here are going to be a week on from planting. So you can see we get a lot of growth in here really quickly. And our main 3 categories that we're growing in here is gonna be lettuce. We have some herbs. Over here we've got some cilantro, parsley, chamomile, things like that. And then behind it on the tower you can see collards. We have some kale down there to the left. During the summer, this left side that's a little more empty right now, we're gonna fill out with fruiting plants. We're gonna do some tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, things like that. That should be really exciting for all of our clients. And we're really happy to get that going and to roll out of winter.